Darc's Journal, Day 107. Bad dreams again last night. Out hunting again this morning, but no luck finding him yet. I'll try again the next time I'm out. I got called to the Slayer's Take in the early afternoon. As soon as I was finished up in the woods, I headed back to Vasselheim. Once I got to the Slayer's Take, I ran into some of the people that I had teamed up with a few months back. They were called here as well. We all went in and met Ilzar again, and he gave us a contract to figure out what was happening to some caravans getting jumped on the road outside of town. If we succeeded, we would become members of the Slayer's Take. Sounded good to me. Most of us read and signed the contract, but Story didn't like the fine print. He even tried to take it to show the authorities. After Ilzar and the others summoned the contract back to the group, we discussed it a little more, and then we went out to talk Story into joining us. Once we found him, he was still being stubborn. As Moss still tried to convince him, Ophelia was drawing in the dirt a little bit. I tried to figure out what it was, but from my angle it just looked like swirls. This was taking forever, so I told them they were welcome to stay and try and convince Story, but I was headed out to find the caravans. Ophelia, Nilbo, and Rakugmo came with me, and Moss caught up soon after. After 7 hours or so on the road, Story finally caught up with us. Guess he wanted to be a member after all. After an hour or so on the road, we came across a downed cart. It looked like they got surprised and destroyed pretty quickly. We went to investigate as a couple of our group kept watch. We only got to look for a few moments before we were attacked by a group of orcs. The leader was some kind of half-orc demon or something, I don't know. We fought and won, but Story did go down for some of it. And Moss, his shape changed into a bear at some point. I was not ready for that. Afterwards, we got Story back up and gathered ourselves after the fight. We continued investigating the caravan and what happened. It was mostly looted and broken. Everyone that was at the cart was killed, including a noble who had her tongue cut out. The orcs even killed the horses. Ophelia started digging some graves for the fallen, so I helped her bury them. Note to self, a shovel might not be a bad purchase in the near future. Afterwards, the group wanted to rest up a bit after all that happened, so we did. Darc's Journal, Day 108. I fell asleep for a little while, but I had the same damn dream again. Seriously need to get a good night's sleep soon. It's been a while. I kept watch for the rest of the time, and when everyone was ready, we gathered the loot, the orc heads, and Ophelia put the severed tongue in her pocket. Ugh. Moss fixed up the cart to a usable state, and then summoned the big wolf to pull the cart. Helpful guy, but I still don't fully trust him after that bear thing. Somewhere on the way back to town, Ophelia referred to the tongue as a tongue in her pocket, and everyone laughed. Yeah, I'm not real sure some of the group understood how bad that sounded, but I really need to try and help them with the phrasing sometime. Regardless, we got back to the Slayer's Take and filled in Ilzar and his friends on what we had found. The contract was completed and we became official members of the Slayer's Take. Even got a nice little tattoo on my arm that proves it. Also got access to room and board finally, so no more camping in the woods. Maybe I can finally get a good night's sleep again. Afterwards, most of our group went out for some ale. I know Ophelia, Moss, and I all got pretty drunk. I didn't see the rest of the group at the tavern, but then again I don't remember much after we started drinking.